Welcome back to the Crypto Arc. This is Jay, and it's been some time since I last made a video. Last time I made a video was a Friday, and then ever since then I've just been busy with some other things in life. But everything is good. Life is good. So I'm gonna give you guys an updated situation in the market right now. So let's take a look. Actually, wait. I'm getting my routine mixed up here. I'm supposed to give you 48 laws of power code first. Oh, my bad. So the Rothschild was a man who understood power. He knew that his fortune would bring him status, but that if he remained socially alienated, neither his status nor his fortune would last. So that's just a reminder, guys, that we need each other. Oh, whatever it is that you do in life, having sharing that experience with people will definitely get you that power, but also like a bunch of other experiences in life. Now, I'm not trying to promote the idea of using others, but just keep in mind there's much greater force involved when you work alongside with another person. So that's it for that one. Now, let's take a look at the situation in the market right now. So Bitcoin is now near 40,000. It did hit 40,000 actually a couple of days ago. Now it's going back to it again. Just last week or so, Bitcoin was trading around like 30,000. So this is a good sign now, guys, that the market is pivoting back up again to doing like crazy numbers. And yesterday also the Fed was talking, and they basically said that they're gonna keep interest rates near zero or just zero, and they're gonna continue with their asset purchasing, even increasing it. So yeah, do expect the Bitcoin or the whole overall crypto market to go even way up. And if you take a look at the volume right now, it's trading around like 100 billion. Is that it? Hold on, 1,000 million. Yep, that's 100 billion right there. 24-hour volume. So that's another thing to also pay attention to, because that will give you an indication of how high up the market will go and how low the market will go. Now, if we take a look at Tether, USDC, and BUSD, you can see a BUSD is in the negatives. So that's a good sign, because that means people are pulling out of their stable coins and buying assets. Let's see, USD is almost the same thing as well in the past hour. Tether has been in the positive side. Tether, out of all the stable coins, Tether is the most manipulated one. And there's some news cracking down on Tether as well. A couple days ago, I can't find the article. All you need to know is that if you have the opportunity to trade your assets for a stable coin, and you can trade it for like USDC or something, or BUSD, I'd rather you do that than Tether, because there's some weird stuff happening with Tether. But that's just speculations. But they are playing that narrative. All right, so let's take a look at the repos. This is another thing to pay attention to. So we have one ending today, and this one's almost a trillion now. Keep in mind, these digits are in billions. So 965 is not $965 only. It's $965 times a billion. So that is near a trillion right now. And this thing is going to keep going back up, guys. They're going to have another one today that will probably end on Friday. We'll most likely get that news probably in a couple of minutes or so. Actually, let me refresh this page and see what happens. Oh no, not yet. Hasn't been updated. So far it's still Wednesday and Thursday. So yeah, same thing. 965 billion. So the one before this, Tuesday to Wednesday, was 927 billion, and prior to this, it was 891 billion. So if you can look at the trend, it's going up, and this thing hit a trillion before, and it's gonna do that again. And yeah, when it comes to reverse repos and repos, that money goes into mortgage-backed securities. What else? Mortgage-backed securities, treasuries, of course, and a little bit of cryptocurrency as well. Now let's take a look at other indicators. Here we have the dollar index going down. That is stock market positive, both crypto market and regular stock market. Crude oil going up, that is stock market positive as well. And if it's in the negative, expect a pullback in the market. And keep in mind that Bank of America has a target of $100. It could happen later on this year or maybe next year. You never know. But just understand the overall trend for crude oil is up. So that means gas prices are going to go up too also, guys. They're going to make it so that, it's not desirable for you to have a gas-powered car, but more desirable to have an electric vehicle. And that is the trend. You're going to see that more in near future and also later future because everything is going towards the electric field. And here we have the 10-year yield is going down as well. So that tells us that more money is moving towards the market. And yes, it is establishing a good floor for the market to inflate even more. And remember, guys, nothing I say in my video is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, so please do your own research. I do have a list of other people that I study from, and it's in the description below. If you guys want to understand more about the current situation in the geopolitical market, look into Greg Mannarino as well as Crypto Teacher. Those are my two teachers when it comes to understanding the market, and then everybody else is all about like cryptocurrencies and also NYC Network as well, Mega Yacht Cult. Those guys know about the finances, and yeah, I am part of that group, and I'm glad to be part of that group, man, because I'm honestly evolving much more with those guys rather than just like watching cryptocurrencies all day. I mean, like it's one thing to identify the good cryptos, but it's also another thing to understand what it's like to be in the developing side of cryptocurrency, because there's much more to cryptos than stock picks, this and that. But yeah, and the near future, guys, you'll see a lot of the younger generations moving in the blockchain more and understanding more about technology more than you, because yeah, everything seems to be moving there. Alright, so let's get to the actual token that I want to talk about, which is Bepro. Okay, this is one of my serious picks. I don't have a lot of money into this, but I do have enough to make to get like 100,000 of their coins, and this is one of my very promising projects. The reason being is because they're in the gaming niche, and when it comes to gaming, it's the future. And yeah, I'll talk more about Bepro, but first let's talk about this article. So they are moving towards educating the masses here, and they are talking about non-fungible tokens or NFTs in this article. Now, I'm not going to talk too heavily about this article, but just keep in mind that Bepro is one of the major NFT niche crypto projects. I don't know how else to say that, but anyways, they're doing an academy series of lecturing people what it is and what it covers. But there's definitely going to be more on the NFT education from these guys because they have not covered everything. But you don't expect them to cover every single thing. Otherwise, I don't know. All I know is that NFTs are evolving as well. So where we're at right now is not even close to its full potential. But I'll give you a list of use cases that NFTs have. This is the basic one that most people understand, that it's a digital real world art, but it can also be used for fashion. And also, guys, when it comes to virtual reality, everyone's going to be hanging out in there, even going to malls. And in there, you're going to be able to select certain clothing that you want to try on in yourself in your virtual self. And then yeah, you're going to be buying clothes through the virtual world, and then it'll get shipped to you. Or maybe you can just keep it for your virtual avatar. You never know. And it's also used for licensing and certification as well. So in the future, you're gonna have tests and quizzes for school be used as an NFT as well. So that way, the person opening that NFT is a verified user and not just some bot or some kid in India that you're outsourcing your test to. And yeah, it's gonna get there. Trust me. Trust me. Sports, yep, definitely. Let's see. NBA Top Shots has been one of the mostly used one. Zilliqa also has their hands in sports as well, and NFTs. They've been big with the soccer games. I think TUFF is the crypto project that's using the Zilliqa platform for sports. Domains. I can't talk too much about this because I don't really know too much. All I know is that Zilliqa and .crypto domains are there. Zilliqa has a .zil TLD, And for those of you that don't know what a TLD is, a top level domain, is basically like the .com, .net, .org. Now there's .crypto, .zil, .one. So when it comes to newer TLDs, those are going to be the ones that are going to be used in the later future or near future. Virtual worlds, of course, that ties in with the whole fashion as well, but also gaming. A lot of in-game items, like maybe it's an epic weapon in World of Warcraft, that's going to be tokenized. And also Zilliqa is working on integrating Minecraft and decentralized finance, so you might want to look into that. For sure Bepro is going to be in there as well. They are pretty heavily involved when it comes to esports like League of Legends, Valorant as well, or that could be Veracity. One of those. I know League of Legends is one of them because I play League of Legends still. I play with it on my phone, and when I first knew about Bepro, they had League of Legends in their website as displayed as one of the esports that they promote. Yeah. But yeah, there's gonna be more education on the Bepro blog about NFTs, as a bunch of other things. Now let's take a look at the Bepro site. So yeah, guys, also keep in mind they're hiring. So if you want a job, you want to work with Bepro, click on this. So right now they currently have over 50 projects building on top of their protocol. So that is a good sign of mass adoption, as well as more good things to come with the Bepro protocol. And they have over 10 public products right now, and of course a list of infinite possibilities, because Bepro is designed for developers. So basically, you developers out there know how to code. You're going to be using Bepro to you're going to be leveraging Bepro's protocol to basically make your decentralized apps for gaming or whatever you want to do. Let's see. So here are some of the list of people that are building on crypto projects that are building on top of Bepro. You have Real Fever. I don't know what this is. BizTalks. I know Poker Markets. I've heard of this one. TrustFi, mostly in DeFi. Leprechaun. I can barely read this. Clever Advertising. Exceed Me. I've heard of this one before. I've never fully looked into it. Royale. Usif. So here's some of the features. Code base for gaming 3.0. This is most likely the same thing as Web 3.0, where basically you make content and then it's integrated with artificial intelligence and all that's good stuff. We have robust libraries. Our libraries and smart contracts were audited by Red4Sec, CertTech, and iTech Labs. So that goes to show that they are fairly secure if they have gone through them. CertTech is one of those high-level cybersecurity things as well, or cybersecurity companies. Decentralized, and that is where the world is moving to. Centralized to decentralized. And developers can build anything on top of this, from prediction markets. That's good for decentralized finance right there. NFT platforms, informational markets. So if you're like selling your data, kind of like how Ocean Protocol is doing, they allow people to compute on data while preserving its privacy to the owner and giving the owner full ownership of it while having people just compute on it. I don't know if I said that correctly or if I explained that correctly, but yeah, they're going to be moving towards that as well. And of course, decentralized DeFi gaming. So basically, people playing games are going to be earning crypto, either from watching it or by playing. You never know. The possibilities are endless. That's why they said and more. Change fast and be scalable. I can't say too much about this. I don't even know what to say. All I know is that Bepro is integrated with or using Polygon Matic's protocol, so they're very quick as well. And all EVM networks. I have no idea what that is. So if you know what an EVM is, please just comment in the section below and talk more about it, because I have no idea what that is. Let's see. What else is Bepro good for? Developer. I'm not a developer, guys, so I don't understand any of these stuff right here. I don't know what Bepro JS is, or Bepro Protocol SDK, but if you're a developer, you most likely know what that is. So here's some of the backers of Bepro. I'm pretty sure it's more than this, man. I've seen a bigger list before. But anyways, you have Block Ground Capital, Clever Advertising, Moonrock. This is one of the most prominent ones that I've seen. Genex Capital, Utrust, and basically, guys, all these venture capitalists here, in the later future, they're gonna take over the company, man. It's always been like that, especially with the whole .com bubble, whatever, or that run. Basically, you have all these inventors, these brilliant minds starting something, and they ask these venture capitalists for some capital to help with their research and also the development of the thing, and then eventually later on, the venture capitalists will take over the board, and then basically the board will kick out the original backer, original creators. That's if they don't do what the capitalists want them to do. So if you want some serious backing, of course, you're going to have to go through these big banks. Otherwise, you're going to have a harder time crawling up. And eventually, those guys that don't follow with the New World Order, they're going to get, major competition. It's hard for them to, get a leg up unless they really partner with them. But, partnering with these venture capitalists, you're eventually going to get taken over. It's just been the general trend that I've been seeing, And I'm not saying it's going to happen in Bepro, but well, actually, I did say that just a couple minutes ago. Wow, I'm contradicting myself, but you just never know. Anything can happen in the future, guys. No, so let's take a look at this in terms of charts. Now, keep in mind, guys, I am not a technical analyst here. I'm not a pro, at least, but I've been doing some things here and there, So, take a look. Past 24 hours has gained 32%. Wow. You don't get that kind of gains in the regular stock market, only in the crypto market. So if you want some crazy gains, man, always follow this channel because I show you the good shit. Okay, so we're looking at the 24-hour chart right now. If you look at the volume, which you should be paying attention to because it gives you a really good indicator as to if it's gonna pump or not. You can see that the trend is going up, and yeah, that makes sense because it reflects here. I gained 32% of my position in terms of value. So let's take a look at the 1-year chart. All right, so when I first heard about Bepro was around here. Now I did this, and I told Dion from NYC Network about it as well, around here. 0.007 or so, and then the next day it started doing this. I kid you not, less than a week, it did like a ×5. It was insane, man. Anyways, I could not catch that pump, so I was very upset. I started moving around here or so because I thought it was gonna do a little pump again, but then the FUD thing happened in May, and yeah, I lost money, but I'm making the money again, so I'm happy. But anyways, this was the previous high back in March. And yeah, this bull run is not over yet, guys, so do expect a little bit more. And if you take a look at this in Qcoin, you can see that when it first hit the market, in the Qcoin market, the bots basically bought it all the way up to $100, and then it went down. That's what those bots do, man. They just, when something goes in ICO mode, those bots will just overbuy everything and then crash the market. That's how they behave for some reason. I think they're just trying to catch the early pumps, and people retail investors move in, losing their money because they don't understand, and then all of a sudden the bots will just dump on those guys while they try to catch the pump. But overall, I see a positive future for Bepro. I'm in it for a reason, man, and that's because I want the money. And of course, everyone wants money, man. We need money to survive because it's the only thing we have as currency right now to basically get all the goods and services that we need to function in life. But overall, crypto market's going back up again, man. So be involved. All right, so let's get some other news. So Guys, if you did like what you were listening to, press that like button. Also share this video as well, so that way people get to know about Bepro as well as what's happening in the market, and also subscribe to my channel so that way you're notified of when I come out with these videos. So let's get some other funny news. We have the cryptocurrency user population growing over 80% since January, so that is a good sign that more people are being or becoming aware of cryptocurrencies. But now, whether they're in this just to get the pump or they're in this for, because they know that it's a good hedge against inflation as well as the future of currency, then you know what? Those people are in for a treat. However, if you're one of those guys that are just in it for the money, then you know what? I'm not saying you're not going to get money. You will get money. It's just that crypto is not just one of those things to make money from. This is the future. And each one of these cryptos have their own list of utilities that you're going to be needing in the later future. So you might want to start looking into like protocols like Bepro that are heavily backed and heavily used, because that's where smart money is going to be putting their money in. So yeah, keep that in mind, guys. All right, here we have Pro Funds. Mutual fund gives retail investors access to Bitcoin future, and that is a good sign, guys. So now more money's going towards the crypto market, and also the SEC. Now, I'm not saying that this has gone through yet. The SEC is reviewing it, and the SEC is also like reviewing a bunch of other ETFs and whatever. And I know that ARK Invest, one of the heavy whales out there, they have filed for an ETF, a Bitcoin ETF. We don't know when it's going to be like fully registered, but that is in the list of things that SEC is viewing. And also with the SEC, they still have that Ripple lawsuit happening, and that is basically just like it's like a movie, man. We all know that, or most XRP people that have been with XRP for years, like me, understand that they're just playing a game. All of this is basically to move us towards like regulations as well as just the whole idea of cryptocurrencies. And that's what they always do, man. They always create this problem, wait for the reaction, and then run in with that manageable solution out there. It's basically for them to just move the masses towards their end goal. But overall, with that whole Ripple lawsuit, it's just a bunch of baloney, man. I'm in XRP for the long run. I'm not in it to sell it. This video is not about XRP, okay? Only a little bit. Alright, and here we have India is still in denial mode regarding cryptocurrencies. Now, India has been one of those countries out there that have banned cryptos or banned their citizens from obtaining cryptos. And yeah, when it comes to the future, crypto is going to be a thing. So this to me is just temporary narrative towards something, but they're gonna like flip this narrative and be like, oh yeah, India is now accepting cryptocurrencies. And remember, we have El Salvador accepting Bitcoin as a legal tender, and that's going to be fully live around September or so. And currently, right now, their citizens are having a riot because they don't like that whole idea. And when it comes to like new changes, guys, there's always going to be a period in time where things get rough. Any sort of changes, it's always like that. But sooner or later, the status quo will be established, and then yeah, crypto is going to be heavily accepted by society. And China's way ahead of the game. So if you want to understand where the future is heading to, go study China. Alright, and here we have a man using AI to bring back his deceased fiance, but creators of the tech warn it could be dangerous and used to spread misinformation. So basically, this guy, he created a chat bot that uses almost similar voice or like talking patterns that basically it mimics his fiance. And yeah, things are going to be like this. You're gonna have people missing their significant other and then putting them in, or yeah, putting them in the blockchain. So that way they can talk to them. And I remember a couple months ago, I saw this video of an NFT of Darth Vader, and this guy was basically talking to it, and they were having a pretty decent conversation. Like it was congruent. It wasn't choppy at all, and yeah, man, like artificial intelligence was in that NFT. And just keep in mind, man, like we're being recorded right now, especially with our phones, our cameras. So slowly and slowly, our our not essence, but like us, how we behave is being recorded, and that is being tracked. Now, all that data is being stored somewhere, and then that can be implemented into an NFT, and then it gives. I mean, like that. With that, they can basically make like artificial people, basically bring back the dead almost, but without the soul. And if you've, man, I'm all over the place right now. There's this show called Futurama where basically you have these heads. It's just heads of like famous people, like let's see, dead presidents, um, and those guys are talking. It basically it's just their head that's alive, but it's basically them still. So the idea of that is coming to life with artificial intelligence and NFTs. And when it comes to like spreading misinformation, that is also another thing to worry about as well, because people can impersonate some other person in the virtual world and be like, hey, look, give me this and that and that. That other person, that victim, will most likely fall for it because everything's gonna. I mean, like everyone's gonna be convinced that everyone in the virtual world is themselves and not some fake stuff. But that is the trap, you know. And also, we have like a list of cyber attack narratives, and also they've had deep fake news in the past, and they're gonna use that again. So yeah, you might want to watch out when it comes to artificial intelligence, because this is the thing that is going to replace us in the job market and a bunch of other things. And this should be the main thing that we gotta regulate, man, because we never know what these guys are gonna do. If they create some sort of plan and we humans are just in the way, they're gonna find a way to get rid of us. And these guys are on 24/7. They're more logical. They're not emotional. And yeah, they basically wipe us out easily. And you know what? That is all I have for this video. I hope you find it informative when it comes to learning cryptocurrencies, or at least Bepro. I did share some other cryptocurrencies in between, so yeah, that is all I have. Yep, press this video. Press like on this video, help it grow. And also share this video and also subscribe as well. I'll be making more videos more frequently again. I just had a major adjustment to change or adapt to, but things are back on track, guys. I'll be releasing more frequent videos now. Take care.